Okay, the students are learning how to multiply two-digit numbers. So this is something new for them. And the first strategy that I'm teaching them is the reverse box method. I like to start with the reverse box method instead of the traditional box method because I believe it makes the correlation easier for parents to see, because it is very different than how we learn to do it in school, but it's also the same. The same and different. So first, we're doing 15 multiplied by 11. Both of our numbers have two digits, so we're going to set up a 2 by 2 box. So 2 rows and 2 columns. Rows, columns. And now the second thing we need to do, we're going to put a multiplication sign here to remind us what we're doing. Okay, so now we need to break the 15 into tens and ones. So 15 has 1 10, which is 10, and 5 ones, which is 5. So now we're going to put that over here on the top of our box. And we're going to do little, big. That's how we're going to break it up. So we're going to do 5 plus 10. And 5 plus 10 is 15. So this represents our 15 here. Now we're going to break up our 11. 11 has 1 10, so that's 10, and 1 1, so that's 1. And now we're going to put it here on the side of the box, and we're also going to do little, big, so that's going to be 1 plus 10. And 1 plus 10 is 11, so that represents our 11 right here. I'll just erase this so it's not so much stuff. Okay, now we're going to start our multiplication. So we're going to multiply 1 by 5. And as we know, any number multiplied by 1 is just itself. So we're going to put a 5 in this box right here. And I like to go left to right, top to bottom, just like we do when we're reading. I think it's good to go the same way each time to set up that consistency and reduce error. So next we're going to multiply 1 by 10, or 10 by 1. So again, any number by itself is that number. So we're going to put a 10 in this box. Now we're going to move down to the second row and multiply 5 by 10. And so any number multiplied by 10, we just add a 0 to it. So 5 multiplied by 10 is 50. So we're going to put a 50 in this box right here. And next we're going to multiply this 10 by this 10. And again, any number multiplied by 10, just add a 0 to it. So that's 100. So we're going to put 100 in this box right here. Okay, I'm going to change colors really quick just to make it easier to see. So now what we need to do is add our rows together. So we're going to add 5 plus 10, which equals 15. And now we're going to add 50 plus 100, which equals 150. And it's good to try to line these up when you're writing it so you don't have any errors, because now we're going to add these two together. So 5 plus 0 is 5, 1 plus 5 is 6, and then 1. So 165 is our answer. And now I'm going to change colors again really quick and show you the correlation between this and the traditional multiplication that, like, I learned in school, and I'm sure many of you did too. So 15 multiplied by 11. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 1 is 1. And then we go down to our second row and put a 0. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 1 is 1. And then we add those together. 5 plus 0 is 5. 1 plus 5 is 6. And 1. 165. So as you can see, these are the same, and the answer is the same. So that's the reverse box method. I'm going to do one more just to show y'all again. So it's different. So this time we're going to do, 13 multiplied by 12. Okay, and again, that's supposed to be a multiplication sign, but it looks kind of like an addition sign. So let me fix that so don't cause any confusion. So again, both numbers have 2 digits, so we need to set up a 2 by 2 box, which is basically you just draw a box and do a cross through the center. So we need to break our 13 into 10s and 1s. So it's going to be 3 plus 10. And our 12 also into 10s and 1s. So it's going to be 2 plus 10. Now our multiplication. 3 multiplied by 2 is 6. 10 times 2 is 20. 10 times 3 is 30. 10 times 10 is 100. 6 plus 20 equals 26. 30 plus 100 equals 130. Add them together and you have 156. And I'm going to show y'all the correlation one more time. 13 multiplied by 12. So as you can see, it's the same, and the answer is the same. So the answer to 13 multiplied by 12 is 156. Now I want to show some potential errors that students could make. The first one is if they put something in the wrong box, and then, you know, if they multiplied 2 times 3 but put the 6 in the box here, and then multiply it again 2 times 3. That's going to cause an error. But most of the errors you see with this are mental math errors. So 30 plus 100. I can easily do that in my head and know that it's 130. But sometimes our students try to do it in their head without writing it out and get a little confused. So they think to themselves, okay, 1 plus 3 is 4. Excuse me, that is not straight. And then 0 plus 0, and they put 400. So if that's an error that the student's making, what they need to do is just come over here and set it up like they would a traditional addition problem and make sure that they're adding it in the correct place. But that's the biggest error that we see with this method, is just mental math errors. So I hope this helps. Thanks.